Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awakened Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you are new to me, new to my show, new to my channel on YouTube, please do subscribe so you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the previous shows, all the shows coming up. There's over 500 there now of the shows specifically, but there's lots of other videos there as well. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring forward these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their processes, their healings, their clearings, their readings, etc., so that we can all thrive and so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And so today we have a brand new speaker to the show, her first time here, but somebody I've known for quite a while, quite a few years. But she is here with us, Amanda Kish, and we're going to be talking about energy healing, shifting from lower densities to shining your light. And so some of what we're going to talk about today and some of what we're going to experience as well is we're going to talk about healing codes, how do they work, what is included in a reading that accompanies a healing code, what is energy healing as per Amanda, and how has Amanda's path in life led her to energy clearing and healing. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the experience of the dark night of the soul, Amanda's experience, and we have all had those experiences, many for some of us. And how does Amanda assist other people who are going through those stages and those states, right? And we're also going to talk about a few suggestions or ideas for people who are triggered by the term meditation and how meditation can really help them. Also, Amanda and her team are going to lead us in a guided process, which will include light language, and we're going to receive a gift. Also, Amanda is going to be doing some quick mini energy readings for people who would like one. She's just going to tap into your energy and tell you what she gets, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit later. And for those of you who may not know Amanda, because like I said, it is her first time here on our show, she is like I said, she's new to the show, but even though it's her first time, it'll definitely not be her last time. So Amanda has she has a company called Great Dragon Healing, and which is dedicated to providing personalized guidance and support for those on their journey, and embodies her teachings as a way shower and activator. She is always a safe and supportive space for others at any stage of their journey. And as an energy healer, a gift she has honed over many lifetimes, she can facilitate healing, clearing, and growth for those on their ascension journeys. So let's give a warm welcome to Amanda. Like I said, it's her first time here, but definitely not her last. So please join me in welcoming Amanda to the show. Amanda, welcome. So glad you're here.
Thank you. Grateful and honored to be here. Yeah, very excited.
And uh, I have to say, like I said, I've known Amanda for quite a few years now. I would say probably 5 at least, if not longer. But she's never, she hasn't been on the show as a guest, right? So today, when she was referred to me by Susan, she said, "Hey, why don't you have Amanda on the show? I think she'd be great." And so I always listen to Susan whenever she gives me these recommendations. Say, okay, and it's like, well, I know Amanda. So so Amanda, can you just start off, because it's your first time on the show, can you just give us a little bit of a backstory on your healing journey and how you became such a wonderful healer, working with, so many people and transforming their lives?
I sure can. When I was young, my closet was a portal. So I had lots of beings coming through my room at night. I was petrified, so I ended up turning off my gifts multiple times. It was a lot, it was very intense. I was a very sensitive child, a little bit of bullying and things like that. So I kept shutting it off. I took some interest in my teens, shut it off again, had some experiences of, missing time and things like that. Also had some very interesting experiences with shadow beings. I had a frame there was a spirit attached to it, but I just knew how to move that spirit on, that kind of thing. And I was living my life like everybody else, just doing my thing. And then I had two pregnancies. The first one was very intense. I couldn't lift much or anything like that. So it was difficult, your first one. And then I ended up being becoming pregnant 2 years later with my twins. It was a very difficult pregnancy. They were monochorionic, monoamniotic. So there was no separation. And it was like you're constantly living in fear, whether they will be there or whether they will not be there. So there was NICU time and different things like that. That was my dark night of the soul. And then we found out my dad had glioblastoma. So I realized it was time to change. It was just shoving the emotions down was not helping anyone. I knew I had to be a support for my family. And I knew that I had to step up to the plate in a whole different way. So that led me to my ascension path and working with other light workers and connecting. I connected with a friend. She has a hole in her heart. She is now a friend, but she didn't even advertise for mediumship. And I had a session with her, and she's like, you know, you're pretty intuitive and you do have gifts and you're a channel. And I was like, what's a channel? Like, all I could think of was Edgar Casey, who is a trance channel. And I thought, well, I don't even know what that is. Like, so it all led to my path of learning and wanting more. And like most light workers, we just grab everything and check out every modality and just try to find what fits right for us. So I definitely found my way.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you did because so I worked with Amanda, had a session with her myself, and I was like blown away, just blown away. I'm so impressed. And I was thinking today as well, it's like, oh my God, I have met so many impressive healers because of this platform. I was like, how lucky am I that I get to work with so many amazing healers that people, a lot of people don't even know of, right? So it's like, yeah, I definitely lucked out by choosing this platform and doing these shows. It's like who knew there were so many wonderful beings out there doing such work in spite of challenges and life going on, right? So I'm just so grateful for that and for my community who is here to also support all of my wonderful healer friends. Um, and a lot of times, the energy healing we are attracted to because we're going through stuff ourselves and we're trying to find something for ourselves or a family member, right? Um, I know that's how I started with Reiki, for example, right back in the day. It's like I wanted something for myself and for my kids, right? And then other stuff and other stuff and other stuff kind of thing. And then it just starts building and building. But when it comes to your work, right, there is something that you work with, which are like the healing codes, right? So if you want to explain a little bit about how you came across these healing codes or how they're downloaded to you or how you were made aware of them and how they work, that would be really interesting because they are part of package A, for example, which is a reading, a 45-minute reading, which includes a healing code. And I got mine. I have to say it's lovely. I love it, and it so resonates. So I'm really happy with it. So can you tell us a little bit about the healing codes that you work with and where they came from?
Right. Well, it actually, Susan Kennard, who was on, she was mentoring me, and I went through an Ascension Soul Path mission. And we met up on Zoom, and she's like, "Oh, you have this gift that's just waiting on the edge," but I wasn't quite aware of it. As soon as she had mentioned it, I was like, "Oh, I could see the steps. I could see exactly how it was happening and what was coming in." So it was like a big aha moment, and I've been using them and growing them ever since. So how it works is Lord Melchizedek is always forward, and then there are other ascended masters or angels or elementals coming forward to assist. So each healing code is catered towards the person and what they're needing assistance with right now. So I see the symbols and the colors, I draw it out, and then they step forward, and I use my light language, my and light language. I see written light language coming in, and it all gets infused into the code. So I basically do it on a sticky note and take a picture, and then you can save it on your phone, your screen background. People print them out, leave them in their purse, in their car. It's like an activation every time you see that code that's assisting with your healing process. So it could be for health issues, relationships, it could be with your ascension journey, whatever you're needing at that time. So while you have one in that moment, once you've kind of overcome that and you're healed from that, you can always get another healing code for something else, depending on what's happening in your life.
Absolutely
So with
awesome.
that, yeah, and with that, I also get information on spirit totem animals. I can get your galactic information. We always have like a star seed where we come from, like that's our most recent life. But I find that we have layers of other galactic lives that we've lived, maybe some in Atlantis, Lemuria, that kind of thing. So if your starseed traits don't exactly match up, it's usually because like there's other elements at play. There's other pieces of other galactic families that you would be bringing in as well. Sometimes it's channeled messages, sometimes it's mediumship, hearing from loved ones. Sometimes it's energy clearing too, if it's really something that's very forward in your energy. So it's all catered and aligned with what you need to heal at that moment.
Absolutely. And I have to say, when Amanda gave me some information, some I knew, it's like, she said, well, you came from Mintaka. It's like, yeah, I know that. And I said, but also somebody else said I came from Hadar as well. And so then she went on to explain all these different places, I'm just gonna call them places, right?
Yeah.
That I had been to, and one of them was Hadar, right? So it's like, so it made sense because I didn't resonate that much with Hadar as much as I did with Mintaka, right? So it's like, yes, Mintaka, I definitely resonated with. Hadar, not as much, but and then Pleiadian, Andromeda, and all that stuff. But I didn't realize, I mean, I'm an old soul. Yes, I knew that. I knew I've been around quite a bit, but I didn't know about all the different um, planets, constellations, etc., that I had lived in, right? Um, so that was interesting for me. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I was like everywhere. I mean,
Explains
uh,
the old soul aspect and everything, but yeah, why different aspects
yeah,
maybe don't resonate and some do.
yeah,
So
absolutely. So it was very eye opening as well for me to just see all the different places because it broadens my awareness of, you know, what I have possibly experienced, probably experienced, and what has made me who I am now, right? What has made me me today, kind of thing. So it was wonderful just to hear about all of that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that part of it for sure. Now, so that's part of the healing code, and so I have mine. It's still on my computer. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I have mine. I love it. So thank you. So let's talk a little bit about what is energy healing to you? What does it mean? And your path obviously led you to energy clearing and energy healing because of everything that you've experienced and been through and what you were looking for. But for you, what does energy healing mean?
it takes it to a whole other level. Like it's very quantum. If we heal just in the body, just in the here and now moment, you're not healing all aspects of yourself. So people sometimes wonder if they're, in a Reiki session or something like that, for example, why they feel great during the session, but then it comes back afterwards and they're not feeling so great. So we want to clear it on all levels, your ancestral line, your Akashic, everything like that. Yeah, I definitely had as a way shower, like I hit all the branches on the way down, finding my way and everything like that. But it's so I can help other people and ease the path for them. As I explained with that frame, that was one instance. I also had like a shadow person, and my husband is just sleeping beside me. I see this shadow come up the wall, and I thought, oh, that's weird. Not awakened, not dark night of the soul or anything. And I feel the pressure on my chest. So to me, when people describe it as sleep paralysis, nah. I was aware, I was awake, I knew I couldn't move. And all I knew to do is throw all my energy at it and say, get off. You need to leave now. And it did, it retracted, I could move again, everything like that. So lots of different aspects that I came across in my life. Um, I bought a building when I was kind of aligning with a past life as a cook, the Rising Phoenix Cafe. And while I was getting that business going and everything like that, I knew I could sense the energies that were here. People would walk to the back of the building and always forget what they were looking for. So very strange, but I knew the energy was there. So I connected to a friend of mine who is a shaman, and she did a process and everything like that. But because she was doing it remotely, I had to do a part of the process. So we had a birthday party here. I went in to get everything started. You had to write what you were supposed to say down on a paper because the electronics can be messed with. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Something jumps on my back. So I finished the clearing and I'm like, this thing is still here. I get in my vehicle, drive home, and it falls off as I go into my house because there was protection there. So I reached out to my friend and she assisted it up to unconditional love and light. And I was like, okay, like this is really piquing my interest. Why do I keep having these strange experiences? With the portal in my room, I thought it was mostly people coming in for mediumship, but it was not. There was galactics. There were also some other things. So that led to a bit of fear and things like that. So I'm like, okay, there's got to be something more to this. And once I connected with it, I was like, okay, do I really want to do this? Because, you see on social media or things like that where somebody reaches out, there's a curse on you. Okay, thank you. Please pay me money to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't want to be known as that. But usually when I do bring forward a curse, it's because somebody knows that they're like, oh, finally, somebody knew and noticed this and is able to help me with this. So that in itself has made it so rewarding. It's totally what I was meant to do. And I've honed it over many lifetimes. That's how I can kind of pick up on your starseed qualities. It's also how I can pick up on these very fine tuned frequencies of even things like power artifacts, different things with the home that should be cleared, seals, programming, different things like that. So I've stepped fully into that and accepted that because helping somebody who is in a very dark place, sometimes it's just clearing the stuff around them, the little bits of dust, and it's sucking their energy. And by clearing that, their eyes change, they're focused, they're happy. You actually see a smile on their face. So it just makes it so worth it.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you. And yes, with when it comes to the clearings and healing that Amanda does, it is so powerful. And it's like I was surprised by some of the stuff that she picked up on for me, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it made total sense, you know. So it's like um, now that that's been cleared, I just feel like a sense of relief, you know. So it was like um, it just made total sense when she told me all the different things that may have been blocking me or in my field or stopping me or limiting me, all that stuff that I had no idea of. I had heard of some things, but some of the stuff that she told me, I had no idea it existed, kind of thing, right? So, and for me specifically, so it was really interesting and quite easy to heal and clear. So thank you, Amanda.
You're
But,
welcome.
but very powerful.
And like I've kind of asked my guides to teach me as well. So very valuable to any light workers, anybody on their path is asking your guides to help you and teach you. Like there was nothing really written. There was some things, some information I could find, but I honestly had to meet with clients and I'm like, okay, like all these clients are curses. What's happening here? Okay, this is what I'm meant to learn. And then I know for the next person kind of thing. And then after that, something else comes up, lots of war programming. And then October of last year was lots of witch wounds. So they definitely have been guiding me and teaching me when there was no one to really source this material from.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. I love it. Great, great, great work. When we talk about the package, we'll talk about some more there, but really powerful. Now, I mentioned earlier that a lot of us have gone through many dark nights of the soul. So unfortunately, but it's not really unfortunate. It's actually really good because it's helping us on our path, right? To know who we are, to clear and heal some of the old patterns, limitations, beliefs, etc. So it's a good thing. But, how was your experience with the dark night of the soul, and how do you assist others who are going through that? Even some people may not even know that that's what is happening, right?
That's exactly it. When you're just feeling lost, you're like, what is my purpose? Why am I even here? Like, there's got to be more out there than just, day to day, following the schedule, same old thing happening. There has to be more out there. So, dark night of the soul can often come with traumas. Like, for me, it was definitely being stuck in a hospital and watching my babies go through this, not knowing whether they would, be here or not. An ICU can be pretty intense, and they were tiny. They were 25 weeks and 6 days. So, they had the little needles and everything like that. And you're just trying to get through, trying to get through. So I also had a lot of PTSD from that experience. And you just hold it because you're trying to make sure everybody else is okay and not looking at yourself at all. So spiraling through dark night of the soul. Okay, why am I even here? What's this purpose? Why is everything so hard? Like, am I really just supposed to be working at a job 9 to 5 and then going home and cooking supper and all that kind of stuff? So with that dark night of the soul, I went very dark, very deep, to where I wasn't feeling the emotions or anything like that. I turned even those off. But it also made me understand there was time where I was very low, where something was trying to overtake. I could hear the voice trying to convince me that I should not be here and different things like that, but for a reason. I know exactly why now, and how hard it is, because I've seen clients who have gone through this, and the amount of heart and soul it takes to get through that is a lot. So to be able to support people through that and say, I understand, even that is like, thank you for a lot of people. Nobody really took the time, and they're just like, oh, there's medication, there's, this kind of thing. You'll get over it. Good job. You'll be fine. That kind of thing. But actually going through experiencing those emotions and experiencing the things that I did with the dark night of the soul, you'd be surprised at how much just clearing some energies that were there, that have been there. Sometimes we come through with that stuff. Sometimes we have trauma as a child and it causes a soul tear or a fracture. So you're living with that, and then you're even more exposed. So if you're not protecting your energy or clearing the space at least, then things can come in, they can attach, and you're like, oh, I feel so heavy, I feel so dense. So even an energy clearing can really assist with just getting rid of those bits of dust. So you are a clear vessel and you don't have these, outdated things that are dragging you down and making life harder than it should be, and some programming, things like that. So we go through quite a bit in an energy clearing and healing.
Yes, absolutely. And, obviously, I've experienced all of that as well, few times, sad to say, but unfortunately, and gotten, to the other side, right? So, yes, it takes a lot of heart, a lot of courage. And sometimes you need support from other people as well. You can't always do it on your own, right?
Exactly.
And I luckily for me, I have had support, you know, luckily. Otherwise I would not be here, right? So I've had support, and sometimes I was able to get through it on my own, but then, but yeah, support is really, really like, so necessary when it's not working for you. So like Bridget wrote in the chat, what happens when you feel like it's a constant dark night and you keep asking for guidance and help and it feels like it never comes in? And part of that is, yes, you can ask source, God, creator, your angels, your guides for help. Um, it's etc. But at the same time, are you getting support from a real life 3D person who can clear that kind of stuff, right? So I know for myself, yes, I will always ask for help from my guides and angels and source, God, creator first. And I'm stubborn because I don't reach out to a 3D person very uh as much as I should, except for when I know it's like I'm going down a spiral and I know I can't control it, then I will reach out to, for sure. But help is always available, right? But are we willing to receive it? And do we have the capacity to receive it? Because if we are going through that dark night of the soul and it's, constant, then you don't have the capacity to receive it on your own. That's my understanding. That's my impression. But Amanda, can you talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like when you're stuck in that spiral, and that's the thing, there aren't a lot that I've seen that are available that are advertising that they are able to help you with this. And when I look back, even as a child, my parents, I had the most loving childhood. I had the best parents I could ever ask for. But if I had actually told somebody and talked about what I was seeing, I don't know if anybody would have believed me, and they definitely wouldn't have been able to handle it or know where to guide me or direct me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of need the supports that have an understanding. So, me as a facilitator, you're your own healer, but I bring in and I assist with the process. And it's comforting to know that there is help out there. There's so many people that are like, I don't know, everybody I've gone to tells me that there's nothing there, but clearly you feel it, you know something's there.
Oh, you just reminded me. I was gonna mention this, but a lot of times, people say, "I've done everything, and I've done everything when it comes to healing, and this has not shifted. This has not worked. Nothing has worked. I've done everything." Well, my answer to that is, no. You feel like you've done everything, but no, you haven't met Amanda yet. So I mean, I'm like that too sometimes. I also say the same thing sometimes, like, "I've done everything, like, what more can I possibly do? Who else can I see?" But there's always I mean, for me, personally, that's a cop out because I have such a strong support system, and some of you are here on the call that I can turn to. There's no question, right? So, when I say, "Oh, nobody can help me," that's just your mind. That's just, those negative energies, entities, whatever, keeping you in that loop, keeping you stuck in that state.
That's
It's
exactly it.
not true. So I, I
Yeah.
I hate to sound harsh there, Bridget. But you know, definitely if you can get a session with Amanda, please do, because it I was I was like so amazed. So amazed by what we did in the session. So
Exactly.
um
And there's definitely other things that I go to other healers,
yeah,
to other light workers because it's not my area. Um, but knowing that there is somebody out there to support you and no matter what you're going through, and by bringing them on to these shows is absolutely amazing. I mean, that's where I started finding out a lot of information was following shows like this. And
yeah,
then you get to know that, okay, it's not just me. There are other people that are like, okay, I'm experiencing this. Why not try using this facilitator?
yeah,
Because there's
absolutely.
something I'm not seeing, right? And if
Yep.
you've struggled with it for that long, there sure as heck may be something else that is just you're not aware of and you're not bringing it into your awareness, or maybe you've blocked it. I've also blocked lives. We can do that as well. I've always been drawn to the constellation Orion, and I was like, that has to be something I'm connected to. I see it all the time. I make sure to look for it. What is up with that? But whenever I kind of check in, it's like, nope, nope, nope. So I cleared my blocks and I was like, that's what I did. I blocked myself from seeing it. So sometimes it's us that block it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So yeah, I'm not I'm not trying to push anybody to work with Amanda, but if you have something, that's been going on for so long and nothing has shifted it and nothing has worked and you're not getting the help and support that you need, then, you know, work with Amanda. I'm sure I can almost guarantee it will help. I can't guarantee anything, but I can almost guarantee it will help. So, Now, I talk about meditation all the time, all the time. I am a meditator. I've been meditating since I was like 20 some 22. I don't know. Long, long time. I love it. Um, for me, it's about connecting to within myself, etc. Right? But a lot of people, especially here in North America, they get triggered by the word meditation, right?
Yes.
Where for me, it's about going within and connecting to who you are and quieting the mind a little. The mind will quiet on its own eventually, right? But just being able to connect within, just to you, without any agenda. So for me, I'm a silent meditator. That's how I've always been. So I like silent meditation. But if I want a healing, then I will do a healing meditation. If I want some information, then I'll do like a higher self meditation. But if I just want to be within, I sit, right? So, what suggestions do you have for people who are triggered by that word? And I strongly recommend it. You start with 5 minutes, for God's sakes. 5 minutes. If we all have 5 minutes, and then gradually increase if you can. But highly recommend. Go ahead.
Exactly. So in our fast-paced lives, like I have two businesses, I have twins with special needs that need help with everything. I have an older daughter. My life is chaotic. I love meditation where I can just zone out for an hour, but often I don't have that time slot. So for me, walking meditations, you're out walking the dog, just be in a meditative state. Look at what you're observing around you. There'll be messages in everything you see. Another thing is while you're doing chores, so washing the dishes, doing laundry, sweeping, those are when my biggest aha moments come in completely, because you're just doing those mundane tasks, you're focused on that. So your mind is open and in a meditative state. When I was sweeping the floor for about 2 days straight, there was this little Middle Eastern woman that was following me around, and I'm like, what is happening? She was coming through for somebody I was set to work with. So it was a client. And when I met with the client, I was like, okay, that is why. So we expand and open to our gifts and growth as well when we're kind of meditating by doing regular things at the same time. Sometimes with the monkey mind, it helps to just have that mundane task to focus on, and then your mind can calm and you can focus. In the shower, even while you're just allowing the water to come down and cleanse your aura, to cleanse your field, just be open to whatever messages are coming in. Maybe you hear a song that brings messages in.
Mhm.
Like I like alternative music a lot. And I have had so many messages come in where it's like, cut the cords. I'm like, why is this song stuck in my head? Why is this song stuck in my head? And then I go to sit down at the table and I was like, oh my goodness, like aha moment, cut the cords. Like literally, there's some cords I need to cut.
Yep.
So yeah, it's funny how that happens. But there's lots of guided meditations as well, like that you can do as a walking meditation. Just different things like that. Try a shamanic journey for something
Mhm.
different. Change it up. You can also connect through automatic writing. So I always suggest like just writing your list out, all the things that you need to remember that monkey mind is holding on to, and then tear that page out, set it to the side. You still have your list, but now you're in a space to receive. So you can just write down whatever, maybe it's drawing, whatever comes in. So little easy tips on ways to meditate, to connect, that kind of thing, but also like, checking off our 3D lists.
And what I liked, what you said was because it's not why I do meditation, but for meditation, if you do meditation regularly, yes, you will start to bring in more of your gift. And I know so many people that is what they would like. They would like more of the gifts to come online.
Right.
Uh right. And so if that is the reason why you do it, great, do it. It's like whatever it takes. But it's like honestly, it is about connecting within you. I don't like the word connection, as you all know, but it is about taking a few minutes and focusing on you, your core, your soul, your essence, instead of just your mind, right? And that will give you so much more vitality. That will give you so much more energy. That will um increase, they're saying, your life force, if you just even do that a little bit every day, right? So, but yeah, if it helps you to have a reason, like, oh, it's going to help me with my gifts, awesome, then do the meditation just so that you can open up to your gifts. Opening up means receiving, right? And so when you're in that meditative state within, just focusing on your heart space or whatever, you're in that receiving mode. And receiving means receiving energies, downloads, frequencies, information, gifts, etc. Right? So be willing to receive, and that's what, for me. I think some big name person has said that um, prayer is talking to God,
Yeah,
meditation is listening, basically receiving,
exactly.
guidance from God, source, creator, right?
Yes,
So I love
I love
that.
the description. Yes, definitely. And you can connect to your gifts too while you're even sitting in the bathtub. I mean, you're kind of cleansing your aura anyways. You're getting rid of the densities of the day while you're doing it. I like obviously things that where I can check off two things at once, but
Hmm.
I'll sit there and focus on the backsplash of my shower and scry. Images will come out. So just being in that receptive state, you are opening up your gifts.
Yeah,
Connect, try dowsing rods, try a pendulum, try cards. There's no way to do it wrong. It's just you are the vessel. The whatever information is coming out of you. It's just through a tool. So it's an extension of your gifts. So
yeah,
that is a great way as well to hone your gifts, to extend and expand them.
absolutely. I love that. And oh gosh, I was gonna say something, now it's gone, but I don't know. Anyways, it'll come back if it's meant to. But play with it, right? And do 5 minutes. Just start with 5 minutes, and then do 5 minutes for a week, and then do, increase to 10 minutes, and then see where your um comfortable spot is for you, right? And then just do that for a while, and see what starts to change within you. Okay.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. So I know that we're going to be doing a process, and we're also going to be doing some mini quick energy readings. So we're not taking questions, but you can keep your hands raised. That's fine, but we're not going to be taking questions. We're just, Amanda's going to tap into your energy and do that. So Amanda, do you want to do the process now first, and then we'll talk about the packages, or do you want to talk about the packages first, and then we'll do the everything else? Totally up to
Let's
you.
talk about the packages first. I see there is a question about, can you explain more about how you work with people? So we might as well bring that one in while we're going through the packages, and then we'll be with the process in a nice state to begin a
Sounds
few weeks.
good. I'm going to share my screen. So hold on 1 second. You should be able to see my screen now. I'm going to say that's a yes. Yes. Okay. So there are two packages for Amanda, and package A is $97, and there's a payment plan available. Package B is $197. Again, there's a payment plan available. So package A, you will receive, well, I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to let you talk about it. So what's included in package A, Amanda?
So that is your personalized healing code, which is unique to you. Again, I kind of draw it out as I see it. I code it with light language, anything that is coming through. We are also doing a reading. So I just ask for things that some is validating evidence, but not a lot. I usually ask for things that people aren't aware of about themselves. It can include power totem animals, spirit animals. It can include your galactic heritage. It can also include some energy clearing, a channeled message, or a mediumship message, depends on what is coming forward for you to heal at that time. Along with that, you also get a couple of cards. I don't usually interpret the cards. I will direct you to which pieces out of the cards, but again, cards are an extension of yourself. So anything that comes through, I know it is spot on for that person. I trust it, I don't question it, and it is, I love cards. They're so fun. We'll also be going through a guided process to the dragon realm, which is so much fun. I love working with dragons. I have 9 in my energy right now, and I can usually tap into if people have any elementals, any unicorns, dragons, different things like that in their energy. So we meet up on Zoom for this 45 minutes. I just kind of go over what came up in the reading for you, ask if you have any questions. If there's some energy work, we clear that, and then we go through the guided process.
Awesome. So
And we
that's
can
package,
record it as well.
right? So yeah, it'll be on Zoom. It'll be recorded. And if you ask for it, it'll be sent to you. Yes, good point.
You bet.
So that's package A, $97. Payment plan is available, of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, use your gift code. And then package B includes everything in package A plus a personal energy clearing healing session for 2 hours on Zoom. So a little bit about that. I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about that earlier, but you can go into more detail.
You bet. So I go through and I clear like a lot of things in your energy field to start. Often when people first come to me and they have a lot that needs to be removed, that's all I can see. So I've got to clear that out of the way first. We look at if anything's attached to your auric field, which is a deeper attachment and can mean you have a soul fracture or soul tear. So these are different traumas that have happened throughout a lifetime. We reseal, heal that tear or that fracture and seal you in a bubble for whatever I'm guided to set the bubble for. It just protects your energy field so it's not reopening or anything like that. We remove anything that's kind of limiting you. We can go through curses if there's any devices, implants, seals, programming. We go through in very fine detail is what I go through it in. I also like on a through my business, I offer clearing of homes and businesses and spaces too. So very much what I had my shaman friend do for my building. But this one would be a personal one. So we clear everything in your energetic field and we clear it on all levels. We also bring in a lot of stuff too that are beneficial, like maybe connecting to deep self trust, clearing your connection to source. Maybe there's an issue with grounding, so we connect you deeply to Mother Gaia. It is very unique and catered to each individual. You can look at one energy clearing I do, and it would be completely different from the next and the next and the next. So if you worked on things, those I might feel that were there before, but are no longer there. So we just go on to the things that are still remaining and ready to be released. So while you have an energy clearing, people often ask, okay, so when, like, do I have another one after this? Or what is the process for that? So once you feel like, okay, maybe you've hit a plateau or there's some denser things happening in your life, or you just went through some trauma, that kind of thing, maybe grief, then we can revisit another energy clearing and healing session and see what's ready to be released and come up, because we're all like onions, we have layers we released as we're ready to.
Absolutely. So that's package B for 197. And again, a payment plan is available. And if you're an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code. And again, I had asked Amanda this myself. I said, so after a person has an energy healing clearing session with you, you know, should they have another one? Do they need to have another one? Like, how does that work? Right. And that's why she was explaining that. Because yes, at this moment in time, we've done all this energy healing clearing, but 3 months, 6 months down the road, I'm going to be a new, different person. I mean, I'm new and different every day, right? So at that time, if there's stuff going on, what needs to be, it's not going to be the same stuff that we cleared this time. It's going to
No,
be something different.
exactly. Because that'll start coming to the surface where I wouldn't have touched on it in the first one. It's not coming up because you're not ready to release it.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the two packages, and there's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from people who have worked with Amanda. So please do read all these; they're amazing. And then there is a longer bio about Amanda here that you can read up on as well. So you can get to know who Amanda is, her story, etc. And again, these 2 packages are available. And when are you booking into right now, Amanda? Like, how far ahead are you booking?
About the 3rd week in February.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so there are 2 bonuses also with these packages. There's a channel protection statement PDF and an abundance tips PDF. So those will be also going out to you. Perfect. I almost forgot about that. Wonderful, thank you. All right, so yeah, nobody has to come online. It's okay. You can just raise your hand so that we can just see the hand so that she can tap into you. That's the only thing that's necessary. So Amanda, do you want to do the the what
Process?
the process first? Yeah.
You bet.
Okay.
So today I'll just explain a little bit about where my guides have directed us and where we're going, what was kind of best for everybody that was coming onto the call. We're going to portal into the void space. So the void space is nothingness. There is no sound, there is no light, there is no air, nothing at all. But knowing that it's not, you're very safe, you feel very protected in that space. It's like womb space
Hmm.
and creation space, because you think of a baby in the womb, they're in the dark, that's creation. You think of where, the Big Bang and everything came from. Darkness was a spot of creation. Doesn't mean that it's unsafe. You're very safe and supported, and our guides will be coming through with us. It's a very peaceful place, and I could just stay there for a long time, but all
Awesome.
right. So we're just gonna ground down, closing our eyes, putting our hands on our chest, and imagining we are beautiful oak trees, extending our roots from the bottoms of our feet outwards and downwards, going down, down, down into Mother Gaia and connecting around a rose quartz crystal. Now bringing this energy back up. Like a tree sucking water up from its roots, we bring these beautiful energies of Mother Gaia and the rose quartz crystal up, 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 up through our Gaia gateway, through our golden earth star, through the chakras in the bottom of our feet, through our root chakra, our sacral, our solar, our heart, and our higher heart, exploding with Mother Gaia energy to every cell, every molecule in our being. Now imagine a silver cord coming out of your heart space and extending up, shooting out of the top of your crown and going up, up, up through the galaxies, through the astral, the densities, through the great central sun, and wrapping around 3 times and plugging in to God, source, creator, universe energy. Now bringing that energy back down, 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 collecting light codes and light from the great central sun, coming down through the densities, the astral, the solar, and through your beautiful ascension soul star in through your crown, your third eye, your throat, your higher heart, and your heart, exploding with God, source, creator, universe energies to every cell in your being. Now taking a deep breath in, shifting your energy from your heart and extending it up to source and down to Gaia at the same time. Now breathing out, bringing back the energies of Mother Gaia and source into your heart space. through your golden column of light. Now breathing in again, bringing in the lightness, the brightness, the joy, the happiness, and breathing out, releasing any densities, any negativity, any worries, any stresses, any anxiety. Now taking another deep breath in and seeing as a golden being begins to walk towards you, shrinking in size as it comes towards your heart space, and breathing out, allowing your higher self, this golden being of light, to merge with your heart space. Now imagine a golden torus field. It looks like an apple in shape and form, sending your energy from your heart space, shooting out through the bottoms of your feet into Mother Gaia, and curving it up and around and back into your crown and into your heart space. Feeling the energy of this golden torus field. Now activating your silver torus field, looking like a silver apple. Taking the energies from your heart space as it shoots out of the top of your crown, curves around, and goes back into Mother Gaia, up through your feet and into your heart space. Now taking another breath in, just a normal breath, allowing our breath to return to normal, and dropping into our heart space, our 0 point. Now see, feel, hear, or know as a portal begins to open towards you. Know that you are safe and protected, calling our guides forward, the ascended masters, the angels, the beings of light. Now stepping towards this portal to the edge of the portal in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting your left leg and stepping into the void space now. Notice the silence, the peace, the quietness, the absence of air, sound, light. Just feeling the softness and the supportiveness, the new beginnings and the creativity of the void space. Now see, feel, hear, or know as two beings of light begin to come towards you. On your left, you'll notice Archangel Metatron. You may just see a color. You may just sense his energy, or you may see him. On the right is Lord Melchizedek, coming through in his golden robes, carrying his golden book of codes. Notice as they stand in front of you, they have gifts for you. Lord Melchizedek opens his book of codes. See, feel, hear, or know as an object comes out of the book. It could be a key, it could be a box. However it appears to you is perfect. Some people are getting an ankh. Some are getting a heart. Now note as this object begins to come towards your throat chakra. If you're ready to receive this gift, just say receive. And feel as it enters into your throat chakra in 3, 2, 1. Light language coming through. La shatatatai, jotati la tatatata jatatatai, jotati la tatatatai. You may see, feel, hear, or know what this gift is. I'm hearing it's an activation. If you have no idea what it is now, that is totally fine. It may come to you in dream state or as an aha moment later on. Lord Melchizedek nods and smiles. Archangel Metatron steps forward. he has a gift for you as well. He holds his palms outward and opens his palms, revealing his gift for you. Each gift is separate and unique to each person receiving it. Note as this gift, this object, I'm seeing diamond shape, some it's a cube, some it's a key. See, feel, hear, know, or perceive as it floats towards you, towards your heart space. And just say you receive if you're willing to receive this beautiful gift, and allow it to enter your heart space in 3, 2, 1. Coming through with a tone. Woo. And then some fairy language. You may see, feel, hear, or know what this gift was from Archangel Metatron, or it may come to you later as an aha moment, as a knowing, or in dream state. Archangel Metatron smiles and nods. We express our gratitude and our thanks for these beautiful gifts from these beautiful beings of light. Now they begin to fade into the void, the light that is them decreasing in size, and we're left in the softness of the void. Now turning around, you notice as a portal begins to open. This portal leads back to the here and now, back to the present, back to your body, back to this now moment. Stepping towards this portal in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lifting your right leg and stepping back into your body now. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your neck. Shift your shoulders. Wiggle your toes, move your feet, and come back and open your eyes when you're ready.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if you want to type in the chat, or drink some water, everyone, for sure.
Yes, lots
If
of
you want to type in the chat what your gift was, that's always fun for all of us to hear. You don't necessarily have to know like what it means or whatever, but just, what was your experience with it, okay? Let us know. Yes, I definitely love being in the void, right? That stillness, that peace, that quiet
Yeah.
especially for those of us who are head trippers, it's great.
Yes, it's such a supportive space, the calm, the ease, it's just beautiful. And the
Yes, thank you.
beautiful beings of light that came forward today.
Yep, absolutely.
Loved
Absolutely. Okay, so we are going to we are going to do some mini quick energy readings. So I'm going to let you choose who you're called on to work with. Linda says, thank you. I got a key and a globe of light. Beautiful. Cindy said that was so beautiful. I believe I received a key to my heart. Oh, nice. Rebecca says, first I got the heart and then a diamond. Bridget says, apple seed signifying the point of creation. And nice.
Oh, I love that.
Andrew says, I'm so very grateful for this experience. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Awesome. Okay, so gold key and casket from Melchizedek, and a diamond ring from Metatron. Nice. Ina says a white feather, and then a ladybug appeared. Oh, nice. Good.
Beautiful.
Like that. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Do you
So
usually start with hands raised or with
yeah,
comments
just
in the chat?
just the people with their hands raised.
Okay, let's start with Tanya. They're the first I can see on my screen.
Hello, ladies.
Hi. Okay, so we're not
It's
taking
very nice.
any questions. She's just going to tap into your energy and tell you what she gets, okay?
So I'm getting an
I will be
Andromeda
happy to.
starseed. Definitely some Hadarian lives. Lemuria is very strong for you coming through. And I see a white fox as your spirit animal. So if you kind of just Google it, say meaning of white fox spirit animal, you'll get some more information on that, Tanya. So we'll go on to the next one. I'll try to go through as many as I can. So Cindy, I pick up on Syrian energy right away. You have some galactic ancestors that are very much in your energy field. Your energy is pretty good. And I'm seeing an elephant as your totem animal. So definitely check that out as well online.
And so, yeah, so for elephant, I already know it means wisdom, lots of wisdom,
It does for sure.
but definitely go and check. Awesome.
Pat,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So just tapping into Pat. I'm getting Avalon energies for you. You have a few dragons in your field. 3, actually. One is for protection. One is a teacher. So it's very much guiding you. And with dragons, they're very no nonsense. They don't understand like our human lives, like why do you got to pay bills and stuff like that. But they're beautiful, supportive energies. I would suggest an energy clearing for sure. Along with Tanya, I had tapped in on that before too. There's some things we can clear and release if you're interested, or find somebody that can assist you with that too. So moving on to Anita. I'm getting Maldek for you. So that is a galactic, just kind of Google that too. They have starseed traits and that kind of thing. I'm getting Avalon for you as well. I'm seeing fairies in your energy. A connection to Celtic energies, druids, and also that land and space. Just checking into your energy. Yeah, there's definitely some deeper things we can clear for you as well. All right, moving on to Allison. I'm getting Syrian energies for you. Definitely some galactic ancestors that are around, and a guide that is supporting you that is Syrian. Lemuria is also coming forward for you very strongly. And Arcturian energies too. So with a reading, I would go deeper with all of this, but I'm just kind of getting the first things that come to mind. Let's check into Allison's energy. There's definitely a soul tear there, and some deeper attachments and things like that that we can clear for you. Some contracts, that kind of thing, that are coming forward initially for Allison. So moving on to Sandy, I'm getting avian energy for you. Beautiful energy. That light language comes through for me. They're at a very high frequency and they're very bird humanoid like. Getting a connection to light language. So I don't know if you've explored that yet. you're definitely on your ascension path, and there are some things we can clear and assist. Even a healing code would help with that energy and aligning to it. Now moving on to Abby. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yep.
Let's see. Definitely Lyran energy there. Some feline energy as well. There is some war programming that you would definitely want to look at clearing from those galactic lives. And there is a cheetah coming forward as your totem animal as well. Now moving on to Rebecca. I'm getting Polarian for you, so that's not as common of a star seed. Some Atlantis energy, Orion as well. Also some war programming and some religious vows and contracts and things like that to clear as well. So definitely would recommend whatever works for you. Yeah, we'll move on to Ina. All right, just tapping in. You had some Argotherian lives, so some inner earth realm lives. What else do we get? Avalon, Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, Greece, Asia, Australia are places you have lived past lives. Let's see what else we could get. I would definitely recommend some more clearing processes. There is some bits of energy in your field and some programming we can clear for sure. So just bringing that forward, and even Epsom salt baths will help with clearing your energy. You're very empathic as well. So now on to Bridget.
Yep.
Okay. Andromedan energies. There are galactic family members that are coming through from Andromeda for you. One is a spirit guide. Arcturian. And some Hadarian. Atlantis. Lemuria. And I see a zebra coming forward. And that as a totem animal. Just checking into your energetic field. You have a soul fracture. So when things attach to you, they attach more deeply. Some vows and some contracts you definitely want to look at clearing, some seals. Yeah, so moving on to Sarah. Or Sarah, sorry. Now that I see the picture. Oh, let's see. Arcturian is coming forward. Andromedan is coming forward. Lyran, Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt is coming very forward. Japan and South America for past lives. Oh, I just saw a panda pop in, so that is your power animal during this time. So power animals can often shift depending on what we need at this time. Your totem and your spirit animals tend to be here for much longer. So moving on to, oh, just wait. Definitely a few energy clearing things there too. Some seals for you as well, Sarah. So moving on to Asha. So Maldek as well. Avian. Lemuria. Mintalkin. I just saw a tiger pop in, and that is a totem animal for you, Asha. Just checking into your energy. Some programming, a fracture in your soul, some religious vows and oaths and things like that that would be beneficial to clear and are ready to be cleared as well. Moving on to Lori. Argotherian, so inner earth. Arcturian. Andromedan. Syrian. Orion. Atlantis. Avalon. I've got 2 unicorns that are coming through in your energy. They're almost balanced, like one is black and one is white. So that's very unique, the balance of yin and yang. Let's just tap into your energy. There's some karmic life stuff coming up that is ready to be addressed and cleared. Definitely want to keep clearing your energy with Epsom salt baths. You're very empathic and clear feeling, like the clear feeling where you get information from that aspect as well. Psychometry, if you are interested, so you can pick up an object and get information from it, whether you have accessed that gift yet or not. So moving on to Nora. Very galactic. Also Argotherian, so very inner earth lives. I'm seeing a white tiger for you, like a Siberian tiger. So that is your spirit animal coming forward. Let's check into your energy. So a healing code would be beneficial, just taking your ascension to the next level and getting some little bit more clarity. Moving to Bless at Heal with Bless. Let's see. Oh, another Hadarian. Lyran. Some feline as well. Lemuria. Atlantis. Let's check into your energy. Some seals that should be released. They're limiting you. Soul fracture and some vows and programming that can be released as well for you. So moving on to Michelle. Polarian, Avian, Syrian, Lemuria, Avalon, and Atlantis for you. I just saw a lizard come forward. And that is a power animal for you at this stage right now. I'm just checking into your energy. Soul terror, There is definitely some programming, some seals that could be cleared, some ancestral stuff. There is some like dark magic as well that's around you. So I would recommend clearing that for sure. All right, and moving on to Andrea. Inner Earth lives as well. Andromedan, Syrian, Maldek, Polarian, Mintalkin, Muria, Atlantis, and Avalon. So very galactic, all over the place with the energies, which is awesome. Just checking into your energy field. There is definitely a soul fracture, some seals that are limiting you, some detrimental programming. Let's see. Some of your systems within your body can be uh, just some energetic upgrades and things like that are coming forward for you, just to kind of ease the densities because you have had so many other lives. I would definitely recommend an energy clearing. So moving on to Aranima. Okay. All right. So inner earth realm lives, Arcturian, Andromedan, Avian, Maldek, Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt is coming forward very prominently. So is the continent of Africa. Whew. New Zealand is coming forward as a past life. You also have dragons around you. Two of them at this stage. One is an elemental air dragon. The other one is a teacher. As far as energy goes, some seals, I would highly recommend clearing detrimental programming. There's some cords, ET devices, and different things like that. So I would definitely recommend that. Now moving on to Mandy. Hadarian for you, Polarian, Avian, Atlantis, Lemuria, Avalon. Just checking into your energy. Some vows, contracts to be released are coming forward. Soul tear, some ancestral stuff, and some Akashic records work. I would definitely recommend. Oh, and I just saw a little white rabbit. So that is your spirit animal. Moving on to Jen. So Hadarian for you as well. Arcturian, Maldek, mantis being. So they look like giant praying mantises, but they're shamanic. They're beautiful, peaceful beings. I had a guide that was and have lived mantis lives as well. So fun energies. There's two unicorns coming in for you. One is like very pink and colorful. Galactic connection to Hadarian. There's also some galactic ancestors in your field. Australia, you have been, South America, England for some of your past lives. I'm getting Sweden. And as far as energy goes, a soul tear, There is some seals, some contracts that you're ready to release, some programming, and some more beneficial things we can bring in for your energy too. Now moving on to Linda. Very avian came forward, specifically blue avian, so that is quite rare. Some inner earth lives, Syrian lives, Orion lives. I can already tell there's like some war programming, some religious vows and contracts and programming to be released. Some seals are coming forward. And I just saw a panther for you. And that is your totem animal. So moving on to Beverly. Polarian for you. Avian. Andromedan. Lyran. Lemuria. Avalon. Atlantis. Definitely some galactic soul family that is in your energies to support you. There's 2 dragons in your field. Spirit animal coming forward as a fox. And did I do energy portions on this one? Sorry. No. Okay, just tapping into your energy. There's a soul fracture. Definitely some attachments and things like that. Attachments to a chakra, which is a deeper attachment. Some vows, contracts, and seals coming forward for you as well. Moving on to Lorna. Argatherian, so inner earth for you. I'm getting mantis for you as well. Andromedan, Maldek, Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon. Egypt is very prominent, Greece, Rome, and China for you. Oof, I've got chills with that. Definitely lots in China. South America as well. Connecting in, I'm hearing light language for you too. So I don't know if you're experiencing that, but it's very much in your field. Energy clearing. There's definitely some vows, contracts, some seals that are on your gifts. So I would definitely recommend an energy clearing. And moving on to Jordana. Andromedan. Ooh, going through a dark night of the soul, which will peak and change your gifts in ways not yet revealed. So this is coming through. That was as a channeled message. And that was from the avians. Some light language is very much on the cusp for you. And your energy is definitely much clearer. I do know Jordana, and not picking up on anything except for some detrimental thought forms and things like that. Egypt is very forward right now. Australia is very forward. Lives in North America. And I'm hearing Hawaii. Now moving on to Susan. So pretty much all of the galactic stuff for you. Hadarian, Polarian, Avian, Andromedan, Arcturian, Maldek, Syrian, Mantis, Feline, Lyran, Venusian, Atlantis, Lemuria, Avalon. I just tapped into your energy, and there are a few seals, but otherwise, energy is fantastic. And I'm hearing they're showing me like a mountain ascent, like a sharp increase in gifts and abilities. So that's going to be exciting. And they're just telling me your connection to the joy and love of what you do is expanding the flame in your heart. So moving on
Oh,
to,
that's lovely.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
That's
welcome.
beautiful.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. So
Yeah, so Tanya can't remember, and I can't remember. Like, did you look at her energy?
yes, Tanya, definitely some things coming up for you. Contracts, vows, some detrimental programming, and some seals. Definitely on your information receiving, and also on your gifts, and some that are just like blocking from some other lives as well. So I would definitely recommend an energy clearing.
You wanted to know. Yeah. So Susan says, can Amanda explain the seals? Yeah, definitely. And but before that, I just wanted to say too, like if Amanda has looked at your energy field and she sees seals, she sees tears, she sees uh, uh what is it, contracts, vows, etc., all
Yes.
that kind of stuff, then you definitely want to get package B, because those types of clearings she's not going to do in package A. Okay, so just I wanted that to be clear for everybody. If you're doing package A and she sees something that in your field that has to be cleared right away, then she'll do that, but it's not meant for really energy clearing. So yes, Amanda, can you explain the seals? Because when I had the session with Amanda, I had 17.
Yes. Yes. So seals are often things that we have either placed on ourselves or after we pass because we were very much in our power. People were afraid. They placed a seal on you after you passed. So it can be anything from blocking galactic lives, blocking gifts. Some of it is very religious seals. The Pallador and Amente seal are very common. Just leads back to the history of our galactic selves and that kind of thing that we want to clear so we're not limited in this life and lives going forward if we choose.
Yeah.
And like I said, some seals are ones we have placed on ourselves too, because maybe we, died a wrongful death because of our gifts. And we're like, I am not doing that again. I'm placing a seal on my gifts. So they very much come up in that form. As people see them, I usually bring people into the Akashic records to go through and release the seals themselves. So I get you to build your ball of purple fire. They may have it transform into something else and you release your seals for you.
Yeah.
And then we clear it on all timelines from the Akashic records, ancestry, wherever we need to release it.
So in this case, when I look at a seal, it's kind of like, when you're closing up something with a seal, like glue or something, so it can't be opened. So it's kind of like that, you know. I think for people who do like canning and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean. I don't do that kind of stuff, but you know, like that's what I see when I think of a seal. Um, and it's like uh, when you clear it, when you break it and clear it, kind of thing, you definitely can feel it in the moment when it's happening as well. That
Yeah.
a shift has occurred.
And definitely the empowering stuff as we release it, once it's released, we bring in beneficial energies to help fill in the spaces. Whenever we're releasing something, we also want to bring good energy in, or anything can fill in the space. So that's very much the process of it. Sarah, about energy, yes, there's vows, contracts, seals. There is a soul fracture for you as well, and some religious programming, some detrimental programming. There's a few things there, Sarah, definitely. Yeah, and like I said, with the lineage from different places, it just makes more sense that way, as to how we're not just one star seed. The star seed aspect is very much the part that the most recent place you had recreated from, kind of thing, that you're coming in from. So if some things don't resonate about that star seed type, it's because there's other elements that we may have had, lives in and drama that are farther back, but that's why you resonate with those star seed traits.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. That was so much fun. I think I think almost everybody raised their hand and got a mini reading, because there were like so many. It was never ending. It's like, oh my God, I think almost everybody did. Um, so hopefully you got some information. And for those of you, who got the energy work, the energy field and what needs to be cleared or healed or whatever. Don't go into fear, like that's not what the show's about, but it is to empower you to know what needs to be cleared, what needs to be healed. Okay, so either you can work with Amanda or you can work with somebody else to clear some of those. But for the seals, that was the first time that I mean, I have heard of seals before, right? I had heard of J seals, but I had never gotten the work done. But that was the first time that I had that type of work done, or been told about the different types of seals, like seals there's 17. Oh my God, 17. And some of them, from what I remember now, made total sense. Like, oh, that explains why I'm not sleeping at all, So that was one of the ones that I definitely, clicked in for. But they explained so much when she was going through the process with me. So I highly recommend it. For those of you who have seals or who have tears or fractures in your energy field. Fractures, I look at, like, again, soul fragments, fractures, that kind of thing, in your energy field. It means you're not, that you've had some sort of trauma, whether it's this lifetime or another lifetime. There's been some sort of trauma. I think somebody asked about that. Can you talk more about a soul fracture? But
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly as you explained it. So we call all your fragments back, we repair the tear, you're put in a bubble of light for, depending on how many days the guides give me, just to assist with the healing process, so nothing else can kind of cause it to tear again.
yeah, yeah. And
And
I
then
think
often in that case, we get an indication of where it was, because you have blocked, or you have different blocked or stuck chakras that are out of alignment. So we want to clear those blockages. If they're out of alignment, bring them back into alignment. But it generally gives you an idea of where the fracture or the tear took place.
and it'll make sense when you find out where it is. It'll make sense to you. It's like, oh, that's, like if it's like near your heart center or something, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm having issues with relationships or something, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. Um, so power animals and totem animals, I think Amanda mentioned power animals are for usually a short period of time when you're going through something. Totem animals usually stay with you for a much longer period of time to support you and help you with energy. So you can Google that. There's lots of information out there about that. Um, can you help clear and bring whatever message is needed for reoccurring patterns? Is this covered in a reading? I think so, right?
Yeah. Um, for reoccurring patterns. So if you're stuck in a loop or something like that, and it comes up very prominently, it will come up in a reading. Like I said, I tap into whatever's going on in your energy and what you need in that time. So if you're constantly in this loop, it will likely come forward. But I would definitely look at an energy clearing to go a little bit deeper into that, because there's often other things attached, like vows and contracts and different things like that. The dark magic can be directed to you in the form of spells, of curses, hexes, all that kind of stuff. So we do clearing on that too. We also clear any ET devices or anything, once you're shining light and things like that, obviously the dark kind of does attract to that, like a moth to a flame, right? So we just want to clear that. And then you are shining your bright even lighter and holding more light, which causes a lot of this stuff to just ease off of you with your clearing techniques.
And I think you mentioned, Bridget, that you've been going through like a dark night of the soul, constant dark night of the soul thing. So you definitely want to get package B, because that means that there's a lot more stuff in there that needs to be healed and cleared, that,
Layers and layers, like we always, in all honesty, we are never completely done healing. Things continue to come up as we go through life, but it just means we're ascending and progressing as a soul. So it's a beautiful
all good.
thing. Yeah.
And for those of you who have already bought a session, I'm gonna put the info in in there. I'll send you the info. It's like I realized like when we were already doing the call, it's like, oh my God, I forgot to put that information in there about how to book the session. It's like, oh, okay, I have to do it as soon as I get off. But yes, I will send you. I will send you that. So not to worry, it's coming. I knew I was forgetting something today. I couldn't remember what, but that was it.
It's because I did that energy clearing earlier today. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Because then I had to take a nap and all that stuff. No, it's all good. All right. Any last words of wisdom? I mean, there was like, you had new moon too. That's true. That too.
Yes. Yes.
But check your emails in like half an hour, and you'll get another email with the information in there on how to book your session. Okay. Not to worry.
So by clearing a lot of these things, these past things, January has energetically been a rough month for a lot of people. A lot of people are going through the dark night of the soul, but being a year of transformation and growth, with today being the Lunar New Year and coming in with the wood snake energy, now is honestly the best time to be purchasing an energy clearing or working with someone. I mean, there's lots of shamans and different things out there as well, but clearing that so you can move forward with some ease and grace in all of the transformation and growth that are coming.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much support available. Of course, if you can work with Amanda, please do. If you can't, for whatever reason, just go on my YouTube channel. There's so many videos. I've also been posting the Stellar Healing Wisdom for the Soul videos, that can help you. But yeah, Amanda's amazing, so if you can, it'd be great. I think it'll help. You'll be stunned. I was stunned. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea she was that good. I knew she was good. I didn't know she was that good. So yeah. So I love it when I'm surprised.
Well, I'm glad I could surprise you in a good way today.
Yes, it was great. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be recommending Amanda to everyone now, because especially for those of us who have like been on this path for a long time, done so much healing, done so much work, but there's still stuff coming up. And especially if you're going through any dark night of the soul kind of thing. And my past 5 freaking years have been really tough, and this past weekend was another stellar weekend. So we're going through it, right? So so please do work with her if you can. Okay, so the recording will be out in a little while. You can go back and watch and listen again. For those of you who got the mini reading, you can go back and listen to your bit again, right? So that you can write down what Amanda said, and just just have that information for you to work with. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you, Susan, for recommending Amanda.
Always. You only get the good ones.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. And of
No, it was
course,
really fun.
Susan
Thank you.
is also one of my teachers as well. And, we've worked together before, obviously. So, we've learned so much from Susan as well. So, you can always call on Susan as well. But today Amanda's here. That's why I'm pushing Amanda, right? But of course,
You are. You're amazing,
Susan
Amanda.
and Susan is amazing. When Amanda was talking about what came through for Susan, it's like, how many more gifts can there possibly be?
Yeah, I was like, how is there a mountain? Like, what?
It's like, how can there be
I'm
more? She's already so
excited.
gifted.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Me too.
absolutely, absolutely. So, so thank you again, Amanda, so much. This was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. And for everybody else, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying for as long as you have, and and for asking, for yourself, you know, what's in your field, right? What's coming up for you? Who are your guides? Who are your star seed people? And also what's in your energy field, right? Just so that you know that who you can work with, right? So your star seed people and guides and etc. Who you can work with, but also so you can see how much there's so much more to you than just this one life, right? And for me, that is what that part of it's about. So there's so much more to you than just this one life. So sometimes we need to just expand out a little bit, right? And then of course, if there is energy work to be done in your field, if you can do it yourself, awesome, go for it. But if you need support, obviously Amanda's here, right? So please do work with her. Okay, whew, what a day. This was so much fun. So thank you. All right. Again, the recordings will be out shortly. For those of you who have already bought a package, I will send you the info of how to book. And yeah, so that's all good. So until next time, everyone, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.